I flew 8,000 miles from New Zealand to my little brother's wedding in Hoboken and walked up to an empty venue. No chairs, no music, just dark glass and my own reflection, soaked and stupid. 42 days later, my phone got hit with 250 missed calls, and I knew exactly what finally made them panic. 2 days before the wedding, I locked my place in Queenstown and ate a last-minute $8K flight because I still loved the kid I grew up protecting. I run a high-end events business down there, so canceling clients hurt, but I told myself it was worth it for one night of family. I stepped out of the rideshare in a midnight blue suit, holding a velvet box with a honeymoon I'd prepaid, helicopters, alpine lodges, the whole insane package. My hands were numb from the damp, and the gift felt heavier than it should have. I kept wondering why my gut felt tight instead of excited. I called my brother, one ring, voicemail. I called my mom, my dad, my sister, 2 aunts, same thing, like they'd rehearsed it. That's when I realized this wasn't an accident, it was a plan. So I opened Instagram. My new sister-in-law's best friend was posting nonstop, and there they were, my whole family under a giant floral arch, clinking champagne, tagged at a private estate in the Hudson Valley, 3 hours north, not Hoboken. Then a random iCloud email landed with a screenshot of the family group chat titled, "The Real Family." My aunt, let's call her Diane, had written, "Don't tell her the new address, she'll make it all about her." My mom replied with a heart emoji. My dad wrote, "Agreed." And my brother finished it with, "If she really cares, she can send a gift from the airport and go back to her sheep." I didn't scream. I didn't drive upstate to beg for scraps at a party I wasn't wanted at. Looking back, that was the first time I stopped auditioning for their approval. I walked to a trash can and dropped the velvet box in. The rain started warping the wrapping paper immediately. I ended up in a bright diner nearby, sliding into a cracked red booth that smelled like bleach and old fry oil. I ate food I couldn't taste and drank coffee that burned my throat. Was I really that easy to erase? When I left, I didn't go to the airport. I went to see my grandfather Walter at his assisted living place in Bergen County. He'd skipped the wedding because he was done watching his kids circle him like inheritance was a sport. He took one look at my damp shoulders, pointed at the biometric safe in his closet, and said, "Open it." Inside was a thick, wax-sealed envelope, the original will. He'd made me memorize the code months ago, just in case. The will named me executor and primary beneficiary. Everyone else got restricted allowances, drip-fed, tied to my signature. Walter made me promise to take the original back to New Zealand, out of reach, because he knew they'd try to lose it. I sat with him for hours, holding his paper-thin hand while he asked about my life like it actually mattered. That night was the only time I felt like family wasn't a performance. I kissed his forehead, tucked the envelope inside my jacket, and left without telling anyone. I flew home the next morning and went silent. I ignored the flooding excuse texts. I worked, slept, repeated. 42 days passed in the best kind of quiet. Then, at sunset, my phone lit up like a siren. First, the vibration, sharp, constant. Then the screen notification stacking so fast I couldn't read. Next, the heat in my palm, like the battery was sweating. Again, the buzzing, louder somehow. Then the voicemail icon, flooding, one after another. And finally, the phone froze and crashed. Walter had died that morning. They didn't call to tell me. They rushed his attorney's office to demand their cut, and the lawyer told them the estate was frozen, and the only valid original was in my possession, 8,000 miles away. The text turned desperate. My mom, "Sweetheart, please pick up. We can't even pay for the funeral." My Aunt Diane, "This is a misunderstanding. Call me now." My brother, "Sis, please. The twins are coming. We need to close on the house. I'm sorry about the wedding. Don't ruin my life over a stupid mistake." I stared at that last line and something in me went quiet. This was the moment I understood they only recognize my worth when they need it. I didn't answer. I didn't type. I turned my phone off, took a slow sip of wine, and watched the mountains darken outside my balcony. I'll do what Walter wanted, exactly as written, but I'm done throwing life preservers to people who were smiling while they pushed me overboard.